Hello and welcome back to Zekism Wrestling. And so it's SummerSlam week. Everybody cheer. Is anybody cheering? Well, I don't blame you actually. I think it's been a little bit, and I don't want to be unfair, but I think it's been a bit of a tepid build. I don't usually like being one of the chuds online who like to broadcast anti WWE or anti wrestling promotion sentiment, but it has been a bit of a tepid build. Least of all because it's been a bit of a rushed one. I think they've only had 2 weeks of build for pretty much every single match in there, maybe a couple of exceptions, but yeah, it's been an odd build. Like I said, in a short space of time. We had Raw last night that moved some things along slightly, mainly Roman Reigns and Jay, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. That seems to be the A match coming out of that show. Obviously Roman Reigns being the big deal he is. Gunther versus Punk didn't really move anything along. It was just another promo off. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just an interesting build. But we have the final card. They've announced the card for both nights, which I love the fact they do that now. It's very, very reminiscent of a UFC fight or a boxing match. You know the card going into the event. They never used to do that, which is bizarre if you think about it. I never even thought about it until they started doing it. But it's it really does help to have that. Night one, we have the women's tag team champions Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez, who are doing brilliant work against Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, also doing brilliant work in my opinion. That has the potential to be a really good match, I think. We have world champion Gunther defending against CM Punk. Probably not going to be the main event, interestingly. We then have Randy Orton and Jelly Roll against Logan Paul and possibly Drew McIntyre. And I'll say possibly because I'll circle back to it in a second. We have Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross, up the Karrion Kross. We have women's champion Tiffany Stratton defending the title against Jade Cargill. Not sure. Does anyone think Jade's picking that belt up? She's about to go off and shoot a film, I think. And probably the main event, Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. So that's the night one card. Tag team matches are plenty. 3 out of the 6 are tag team matches. And it's an interesting layered card because if you think about it, I'll get into night 2 and I'll show you my thoughts. Night 2, Intercontinental Champion Dirty Dom Mysterio against AJ Styles. We have a street fight. John Cena against Cody Rhodes, probably the main event. Sorry, it's written in an odd order. Steel cage match. United States Champion Solo Sikoa defending against Jacob Fatu. No disqualification match. Women's Intercontinental Champion Becky Lynch defends against Lyra Valkyria. There's another stipulation there about Valkyria not being able to challenge for the title again, but that's essentially the match. Lyra's picking that belt up. Women's champion Naomi defends against Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. That should be the main event on that night, but it won't be. Probably be the first match. I hate the fact they open. That was going to be a real banger. And then the 6-pack TLC. This is the match I'm most looking forward to. The 6-pack TLC match. TLC 2 they're dubbing it because they're resetting canon. Wyatt 6 defending against Motor City Machine Guns, Street Profits, DIY, Fraxium, and Andrade and Rey Fenix. So that's your card. I'll circle back to Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre is stuck in the UK apparently. WWE reportedly working to bring him back. It's curious as to what apparently it's to do with a British passport, not an American one. Drew McIntyre himself said, "It's quite the week I've had. You want to know how it's been capped off? I can't get back in America. They wouldn't let me board my flight. I'm in England still at my buddy's wedding. And what a wedding it was. Planning to go ahead, train for SummerSlam, but no, I got blocked. Wife and I walked up to the gate trying to check in. Always goes perfectly fine. Not this time, sir. You don't have your US passport. I know who you are. I know you've lived there for a long time. I know you're showing me pictures of your passport on your global entry. It doesn't matter. I know exactly who you are, your property, and the likes. But no, we can't let you in the country." That's bizarre. I mean, it's a bizarre, tailor of events, but it's. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that'll get resolved very quickly. I'm sure there'll be no jeopardy involved in that match. I'm sure there will. There'll be some issues resolved or deals done, or it should be a simple paperwork thing, I would have thought. Anyway, So we've got Randy Orton, Jelly Roll. So just for the fun of it, should we pitch who we think Drew McIntyre is going to be replaced with, potentially? Even though I don't think it's going to happen. But, I mean, The Miz has been online pitching his own services. I mean, that would be a massive downgrade. No offense, Miz. But from a star power point of view, is there a heel that I'm missing that could replace Drew McIntyre? Who's got history with Randy Orton, maybe? Because there's going to be no history with Jelly Roll. Logan Paul, another celebrity maybe. I don't know. KSI, has he been training? I don't know. I don't want to see that, by the way, just for the record. But yeah, if he can't make it, I would imagine some sort of shenanigans involved. And who else is on the roster that could feasibly take that place? Who's a heel? I can't even think. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure that match is going to go ahead. It's just interesting that Drew McIntyre, because I'm British as well, can't get into the America. I'm going to be in America in a couple of weeks. And then we've got Roman Reigns, Jey Uso. That's going to main event. But let's circle back to the tepid nature. Oh, well, actually, circle back. It's interesting that 5 out of the 6 matches on night 2 are no DQ matches. But every single match on night 1 is a legit, normal contest. You thought they would spread them out, have 2 or 3 on night 1 and vice versa or whatever, but no, apparently not. So yeah, maybe the ticket sales were poor for night 2. I have no idea. So, but it's probably a business move. But it is curious that all the no DQ contests are on night 2. Weird. Anyway, SummerSlam does feel a little bit tepid, I think. All these matches on paper are great, especially the women's title match, triple threat. I'm really looking forward to that, and the TLC match. I mean, the TLC match, you could argue, has the biggest build because they've been building something to do with the tag division for months, doing nothing with it. But here we are with essentially the big blow off with all the teams defending, and they do deserve to be on the pay per view. To be fair, they've been putting in stellar work. Other than that, I'm a bit dumbfounded, I guess, by the sort of. I'm sure it'll be really good. 6 matches per night. They're going to make a big deal about it because it's the first 2 night SummerSlam and they want to make it a bit of a headline grabber. But at the same time, I'm just like, well, they haven't done a lot with it in terms of the build. Sammy and Karrion having a rematch for the 3rd time now. They're one apiece. That's the rubber match, I guess. Solo and Jacob, they've faced before. John Cena and Cody have before, but extenuating circumstances there. Becky and Lyra have faced before. Dom and AJ haven't. Tiffany and Jade haven't. Roman hasn't, I guess, with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, but Jey Uso certainly has. Randy and Drew have faced before, if that goes ahead. Gunther and Punk haven't, that's a one-off. And these 2 teams faced a couple of weeks ago in Evolution. It was a good match, by the way, but they faced each other in that 4-way. So it is interesting, and I think they're going to win, by the way. Charlotte and Alexa are going to be your champions after that. So I think it's interesting. It's an interesting sort of feeling. What do you think? Are you excited for SummerSlam this week? Are you tepid like me, or are you going, do you know it'd be good, I'm sure, but I can't say I'm super pumped for it this weekend? Let me know in the comment section below. Please leave me a like or subscribe on the channel. That really helps the channel grow, which would be great. And I'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye bye.